Malaysia is a rapidly developing country with its combination of its excellent infrastructure, high-quality healthcare options, with a very low cost of living. It also has its vibrant culture, its amazing food, and its openness to expats, among other qualities. Hello everyone, this is Ronan Blue, and today's topic would be on the 6 best reasons to retire to Kuala Lumpur. Just as a disclaimer, the information provided is a general guide and to be used for educational purposes only. Kuala Lumpur, or KL for short, is the largest city and capital. It's known for its luxury shopping malls, great food, markets, along with good weather, and on top of this would be its multicultural society, making the local magic interesting and intriguing with its combination of the Malay, Chinese, and Indian culture blended together that reflects Malaysia's history and landmarks. It all makes for an ideal location to consider that could make for a great place to live. Let's get into more points coming now. Number 1. Facts about Kuala Lumpur. Malaysia is a beautiful country that hasn't yet been overrun by tourists and has one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Kuala Lumpur is the cultural and financial and economic center of Malaysia and has an estimated population of about 1.8 million. The origin of Kuala Lumpur actually dates back to 1857 when a group of 87 Chinese tin miners founded a settlement. It later became the capital of the Independent Federation of Malay in 1957 and of Malaysia in 1963. Malays, who are Muslim, are the city's largest ethnic group. The non-Muslim Chinese, however, dominate the city and its economy. The mostly Hindu Indian minority are connected historically with nearby rubber estates, also is substantial. Now many choose life in KL because of the eternal summer, nice accommodation choices that doesn't break your wallet. There is a delicious food and it's also the travel hub to travel around Asia. It's a city of contrast based on the architectural, climatic, financial, as well as on a social point of view. Buildings of different styles and eras stand next to each other as well. With its fascinating melting pot of cultures, walking around you will see beautiful mosques, colorful Chinese temples, and Hindu shrines standing side by side with well-preserved colonial buildings, and the city is famous for its mixture of the modern and traditional architecture, glass and concrete skyscrapers. Every area in the city has its distinct character, with its modern city center of towering skyscrapers to the always busy street life in Chinatown. For travelers, each area comes with its pros and cons, and it's fun to check out. As any large capital city, KL does have its issues, but despite snatch thefts becoming more common, it can still be considered a safe city to live with all the services one could hope for. Number 2. Food in KL. Malaysian food is an explosion of flavors and spices. The capital, KL, has among the most diverse ranges of food anywhere, with influences from the many Tamil, Arab, Malay, Indonesia, Thai, and European settlers who settled its shores. The 3 distinct cuisines of Malaysia, China, and India don't often overlap, but in KL, you'll find areas of the city dedicated to each, and you'll find how they bring out the best from one another. There are so many styles of varieties that it's not possible to fit everything into this one vlog. When it comes to street food in KL, it definitely isn't a trend. It really is a way of life. You'll find that it's famous for its street food, and locals in KL often eat 6 meals a day. Residents in KL like their snacks to be a little more modern, and much of their street food these days is often found in restaurants served in a similar quick and casual style. Nasi lemak, as an example, is considered the national dish. Rice cooked in coconut milk is the base of the meal. It's usually accompanied by a hard-boiled egg, peanuts, vegetables, meat curry, and sambal, chili sauce. Hokkien mee is there as well. Different cities have their own version of these Chinese-inspired fried rice. KL uses yellow noodles and flavors the meat over seafood, while Penang adds broth to egg noodles, and prawn is the most common variety. But of course, going on a food tour is the best way to sample the local delights, and there are many of them. Roti canai is another favorite, a type of fried bread and clear flatbread Indian influenced. The dough is made with wheat flour, butter, and oil to make it fluffy and is fried perfectly golden, then served with a curry sauce. It's a popular snack and a great way to calm your hunger. You can have it plain or even find it with fillings such as egg, onion, or cheese. Number 3. Where to live in KL. Compared to most modern cities, KL is an inexpensive city with plenty of places to stay within any budget. You can find amazing value apartments here. They are usually brand new with great common areas, pools, and gyms. You have the choice of even living in hotels as well, but there is usually a tourist tax that is added. Each neighborhood is an interesting ingredient that when combined, give KL its marvelous ethnic diversity. All of these interesting neighborhoods in KL share one common trait. They're easily accessible. Just because you've chosen one place to live doesn't mean you can't explore everything around. The city's rail system is extensive, tracks snake like arteries from KL Central to most extremities and neighborhoods. Bukit Bintang is a popular place. It's an area to stay in if you want to be in the center of all the shopping, dining, and entertainment that KL has to offer. You're close to everything: modern shopping malls, cinemas, restaurants, and lively nightlife. Whether you want to eat at a fancy, upscale restaurant or cheap street food hawker, Bukit Bintang has it all. It's also well connected with both a monorail station and an MRT station. It's convenient for getting around to other parts of the city as well. KL Central and Lake Gardens. This is a convenient area to stay in as it is home to KL Central train station, KL's main transportation hub. You can quickly and easily get to any part of the city or the rest of Malaysia, Thailand, and Singapore. There are all the city's many forms of transportation interlink here, including the MRT lines, LRT trains, monorail, and the airport Calais Express train. There's a lot of excellent high-end restaurants serving both local and international food and has hundreds of shops, restaurants, cafes, and a cinema. Housing in KL, unlike a lot of other metropolises, has a large selection and affordable prices. More and more apartment complexes are built each year, so finding a home is never a problem. Number 4. Entertainment in KL. Petronas Twin Towers and KLCC Park. The Petronas Twin Towers are 2 buildings with 88 floors, which used to be the world's tallest buildings from 1998 to 2004. These iconic towers are the symbol of KL and are fun to see in person. The best views are in the KLCC Park and at the base of the towers. It's just behind the iconic Petronas Towers, beautifully landscaped park, creating a little oasis in the middle of the city. You'll find dog walkers, joggers, and families enjoying the park on a sunny day. The park features a jogging loop, walking trails, fountains, and a wading pool for even children. Chinatown. This area pretty much never sleeps. It's colorful and slightly bigger than other areas. The culture and history is in every corner of Chinatown, and it's also the perfect place to find great bargains, go for the best Chinese herbs, or just to stop to see some imitation goods. By night, Petaling Street turns the entire city into a new place, more lively than during the day, with a vibrant night market. Central Market. You'll find a variety of handcraft and souvenir stalls here, and some authentic Malaysian art and more. It's pretty much the core of Malaysian culture, arts, and crafts in the city center. Plus, the history and architectural buildings itself tells of a story. There's also the Katsuri Walk just outside that is an entirely pedestrian road that has even more stalls with local snacks and exquisite, unique souvenirs. There's also the KL Bird Park, and this is an area of about 21 acres where more than 3,000 birds live. The bird park is divided into 4 areas, and it can take you about 3 hours to see them all. Batu Caves. Here you'll climb up 272 stairs, which will take between 5 to 15 minutes, depending on how many breaks you take. At the top, you'll enter the cave and climb up a shorter flight of stairs, which will bring you to a series of Hindu statues and shrines in the cave. But KL has many parks, gardens, even hiking trails to offer to nature lovers, but most of them are located on the outskirts or outside the city. Another observation is about the malls in KL. They are everywhere, and it's like people are even living in them. I'm not exaggerating. Cinemas, restaurants, entertainment, and even a regular grocery shop are often located inside a mall. You might think that it's the same as the United States, but in reality, it's on a way larger scale. If you're living in KL, spending lots of time in malls is going to be your daily routine. You'll love it or hate it, but it's part of life in KL. Number 5, cost of living in KL. The cost of living in KL has increased over the last years, but it is still affordable compared to cities like Singapore and Hong Kong, and in some ways Bangkok. But many expats and retirees move to Malaysia for a lower cost of living. Food prices are generally quite low, particularly if buying local products. Foreign nationals wishing to retire to Malaysia could also apply for the Malaysia My Second Home program or the MM2H visa, where you'll find even further savings, which I talk about in detail in my other vlog, The 8 Best Reasons to Retire to Malaysia. But let's look at some of the cost of living pricing in KL, according to data collected by the International Price Comparison. A meal at an inexpensive restaurant would be $2.76 between $1.84 and $5.74 USD. A meal for 2 people at a mid-range restaurant for a 3-course meal would be $17 between $11 and $42 USD. Basic utilities for an apartment would be $50 between $34 and $91 USD per month. The internet would be $28 between $22 and $41 USD per month. An apartment 1-bedroom in city center would be $514 between $321 and $803 USD per month. An apartment 1-bedroom outside the city center would be $297 between $183 and $459 USD per month. An apartment 3 bedrooms in city center would be $887 between $574 and $1,836 USD per month. An apartment 3 bedrooms outside a city center would be $495 between $298 and $918 USD per month. But to make the best use of your money, you should stick to locally produced foods and local branded products. International brands are widely available in Malaysia, but prices are typically higher than domestic alternatives. Malaysian grocery stores offer a variety of inexpensive consumer staples common to the American diet, including bread, rice, pasta, eggs, and meat. Outdoor markets and grocery stores are stocked with all kinds of familiar and exotic food options as well. While grocery costs ultimately depend on your tastes and shopping habits, most expats should have no problem eating exceptionally well for less than $200 USD per month. Travel within and from Malaysia is very affordable. There are regular and quite reliable buses across the country and to Singapore, and most corners of the region can be reached with the low-cost carrier AirAsia. Now, some expats will say that you don't need a car in KL since public transportation is modern and convenient. But of course, this all depends on your budget. Transportation is affordable. Number 6, pros and cons for KL. For any place you're looking to move to, it's natural to always look at the pros and cons of being an expat. Let's look at a few for KL, starting with the pros. The food. When you go out, you could, for most places, eat a fantastic meal for 2 for under $10. Of course, more if you choose to go all out at fancier places. But at most markets or hawker centers, you can get away with spending very little of a great meal almost everywhere. Many things are more affordable than the United States. You can get weekly manicures, pedicures, massages, and chopped to your delight and still spend way less than the cost of a 1-hour massage in Los Angeles. Safety. There are no guns here, and although there is petty crime, it's nothing like back in the United States. And there's a world-class infrastructure. The highways are great. It's the same as the United States or even better. Cell phone plans are cheap and great with 4G data, and Wi-Fi is everywhere, and the internet is still fast and reliable. The majority also speaks English. Many locals speak 3 to 4 languages. The Brits ruled the country until 1957, so English was taught in the schools. Some speak it better than others. It's very easy to speak English here, as the language fluency of English is much higher in KL than neighboring Thailand. It's also very multicultural. Living in Malaysia plunges you into other cultures, and it makes daily life fascinating. Large expat society. There are roughly about 10,000 expats living in KL. They are a very active group of people from all over the globe and also welcome newbies. There's also excellent healthcare. Not only is healthcare every bit as good, it is similar to the United States in a fraction of the price. So is dental care. The climate. It's almost always sunny and hot, bright blue skies almost all year round. When it's sunny most days, it's a lot easier to plan what you want to do. Going to the pool or the beach most days is possible as well. Even if it decides to rain, typically you only get a downpour, which is actually quite refreshing and sometimes welcomed. There's also delivery for almost everything. Everything is delivered to you. If you don't want to leave your house, everything comes to you, usually on a scooter and quick. You can also eat local foods. There are local fruit stands and street foods just down the street, every day from local fruit farms. If you're eating locally, it means you're supporting the local families as well. Travel is also cheap. You can enjoy traveling to countries in Southeast Asia. In under 4 hours, you can fly to Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, Hong Kong, Borneo, and it's usually at most about $220 USD, but you could find flights for under $100 if you're quick enough to grab the deals. You also never have to cook again. Malaysia is known for its cheap and incredible street food. It's actually cheaper to go out than to cook at home in most cases, and that is what most Malaysians and expats do. There are lots of festivals as well. There are 3 large cultures of Malaysia, and because of it, there is always a local festival or holiday in the horizon. It's a day off for those working and a great celebration to be had for all. There's also the friendly locals. They welcome us with open arms and want to teach us about their culture. I have never once felt anything but welcome in their country. And now let's talk about the cons of being an expat. Keep in mind that these points are also cons for many major cities in the world. The environment. Littering is common here, and many assume someone else will pick it up. And the war on plastic is slow in being fought here. A lot of liquids come in plastic bags with straws. There's also poor and non-existent customer service. The staff in most stores don't really know what they're selling. You'll also most likely be followed around the store just in case you want to buy something, not because they can actually help you with information. It feels embarrassing at times when you ask a question and some make up an answer because they don't want to lose face or be embarrassed by not knowing the answer. It's actually tricky to sometimes get someone to actually be accountable for something said or done here. But in contrast, many high-end shops that have high-ticket items, maybe watches and cars, they are much better and typically very knowledgeable. Alcohol is expensive. We don't drink ourselves, but many expats do say that the price of alcohol is expensive. It's actually marked up beyond any reasonable price here. There's also the time difference. Most will be 12 to 15 hours ahead of all of their family and friends. The distance. It's also so far, not that many people come to visit. The toilets are also not that clean. The average washrooms here are not that pretty, but you do have a choice between Western toilets or a squatty potty. The washrooms are usually wet with bum guns, sloppy, and often paperless. And not everything is cheap. Imported goods at the supermarket can still add up. The apartment cost is also not terribly cheap. There is a reason for this for many, and it's because they enjoy a large amount of space that has a few acres of swimming pool, tennis courts, and playgrounds. But it all depends on the lifestyle you choose to live. And there is sometimes contrasting temperatures and being too cold. Office buildings and shopping malls have their air conditioning really turned up, resulting in cool air being blasted around, giving the feeling like you're in an icy wind tunnel. So sometimes your day is one of contrasting hot and cold temperatures, and some people get sick from this. You find that you're often moving from hot, humid temperatures to what feels like sub-zero temperatures. The expat bubble. This is common among expats who move abroad and mix with just other expats. Through a combination of working closely together and often hanging out in similar places can mean living in somewhat of a bubble, far removed from the normal everyday life of where you're living. It's also not really a walkable city. There's always a massive tangle of roads everywhere, and it's tough to even cross the streets. You can try, but in fear of getting run over, as it's common to not stop for pedestrians. In most cases, you'll end up catching some kind of transportation, sometimes even for going to a place that is only 100 meters away. There's also the air quality. It seems to be getting worse in KL and is often the thing local expats mention when asked to mention negatives about their adopted home. Air purifiers are now widely available for indoor use and come useful in times of poor air quality. Well, tell me what you think of living in KL in the comment section below. If you like this vlog, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell for more of my coming content here. Thank you for watching my vlog. Be free, gain wealth, and travel far.